Oh, just doing some program planning.
Program planning? Why don't you tell me about it?
I was thinking about doing a program on spraying thistle. You got thistle in your pasture?
Well, I hate to think I didn't have any thistle in my pasture.
Do you have a whiteboard?
Just happen to have one.
Do you have a backpack sprayer?
I do.
Got an idea.
Hey, y'all call this work? Don't make me come back.
Thistle is a biannual plant, which means it takes 2 years to complete its biological life cycle. It begins in the rosette stage, which we see here. We've identified this as purple thistle, also called yellow thistle. To identify this plant, note the spines on the leaves and the purplish red tint around the edges of the leaves. The next stage of growth is referred to as the bolting stage, in which the plant shoots up a stem. In this stage, it is much more difficult to control. Purple thistle, also called yellow thistle, will have a purple, yellow, or pink flower. Thistle control is discussed in detail in ACES publication 2149, Thistle Control in Pastures and Hayfields. We'll discuss this publication in depth at the end of this video.
So there are several different ways we can control thistle. When making a decision, it's good to walk through your pasture, find where the plants are, how many plants that you have. The pasture that we're in today, you can't see it, but it's a great candidate for spot spraying because this pasture is sparsely populated with these thistle. So if we want to spot spray, what we've decided to do is mix a 2% solution of a glyphosate product in a backpack sprayer. Our backpack sprayer is 4 gallons, so we'll show you what that looks like next. So we decided to spot spray with a backpack sprayer, and we want to spray a 2% solution. So to make this easy, we're going to convert gallons to ounces. So we got a 4-gallon sprayer. We're going to convert gallons to ounces. To convert gallons to ounces, remember there's 128 ounces in every gallon. So what we'll do is multiply 4 gallons times 128 ounces. Our gallons cancel out, and that gives us 512 total ounces. So there's 512 ounces in that backpack sprayer, and we need to know 2% of 512. To find that 2% of 512, we want to convert that percentage to a decimal. To do that, we divide that 2% by 100%, so 2 divided by 100, and that gives us 0.02. We can then multiply 512 by 0.02, and that gives us 10.24 ounces. And then we'll round that up to 10.5 to 11 ounces. So in that tank mix, when you put your water in, you put 4 gallons in, you want to mix 10.5 to 11 ounces of a glyphosate product in with that mixture. Remember, when using herbicides, always read the label. So always go to the label. We're using a 2% solution. It's a good example, but always read the label. When spraying these plants, be sure and get a good foliar application. So we want to completely coat the leaves of the plant with spray. Means of mechanical control would be to take a shovel and go through the pasture and dig each one of these plants up.
For this video, we decided to focus on spot spraying thistle in a pasture with a backpack sprayer. However, there are other options of control as well as other herbicide options if you decide to do a complete pasture herbicide application. Those options are discussed in depth in ACES publication ANR 2149, Thistle Control in Pasture and Hayfields. This publication aids in the identification of the various types of thistle that grow in Alabama. This publication answers many frequently asked questions and covers various herbicide options for thistle control, which is helpful if you wish to make a complete pasture herbicide application. It also mentions options for mechanical control, such as digging thistle up or pulling it up by hand. This publication may be found on our website, ACES, ACES.edu, ANR 2149, Thistle Control in Pasture and Hay Fields.